If you've been banned, censored, canceled, or digitally decimated, then this video is for you. So my book has been well received, especially by some top guns. In fact, one prominent influential person said they could turn my life into a movie or miniseries because there's so much drama and many lessons that could help others with their injustice issues and health issues. And also, I believe our soul's mandate, and that is to be our true, authentic selves. Now, a Harvard friend wrote, quote, "Your book, it keeps getting better all the time. I think it's time for me to reread the entire thing again, since there seems to be lots of revisions. You know, Chris, I've been pushing you on this book stuff for over a decade now. It has always been one of the big things I keep returning to with you, along with your music. I remember going back to when we were sitting having dinner in Venice Beach, way back when you were living in LA, and talking about the book, and how I said that there must be a way to tell everyone about crypto, blockchain, the economy, tech, and the future, but also put in all the stuff about living well, all the diet and eating things, the spiritual things. This was still kind of developing back then, and the psych stuff and the social stuff. And at the time, I think I said there were maybe 10 books that could be done about all these topics, but it looks like you managed to put all of them together in one book, which is amazing. So I got to say, I'm toasting to the great progress of this book and everything else going on." Well, thanks, John. And yeah, this book now I think is over 750 pages. It's a work in progress. It's the never-ending book. I continue to update it when there's new data or when people say, hey, you could have done this better. There's a new, more accurate link here. So I do research it and vet it. And then if it proves out, I then update the book. And I have it on Substack because it makes updates really easy. Now, despite this, Google banned it and has been removing any trace of me from their search engine. So when you type in my name, Chris Catcher, except for the most obvious links, I'm not appearing much. And friends have noticed too. So before I published the last part of my book, my name would pull up typically 30 or 40 pages on a Google search, but now it's down to, last I checked, 8 pages. And this is just in a matter of weeks. So this is not the first time it's happened. In late November 2017, after the UK prevented me from giving my highly controversial talk at the Geneva Wealth Tech event, my friend Kat noticed that I appeared or disappeared from the internet. Not completely, but I was removed from Wikipedia, Investopedia, many other influential sites, and as a case in point, I was once known as the discoverer, creator of the Pocket Pivot and Buyable Gap Up. And these are tools used by countless of traders and continue to be used by them. But the only trace that I'm the creator is in my books and website. And many have thanked both Gil and I for formalizing it, but Gil had nothing to do with it. In fact, I wasn't speaking with Gil from 2001 to 2008, but I had discovered this trading pattern in 2004, as I detailed in our first best-selling book on Amazon, how he made 18,000% in the stock market. Now, I noticed how a similar digital decimation happened to legendary artist Anthony Christian in 2008 when he upset Prince Charles of England, who's now the king. And in 2006, when I met Anthony, he had a massive digital online presence, but by 2009, he was nearly nowhere to be found. And he never recovered, sad to say. And to this day, if you type in Anthony Christian into Google, you'll hear crickets compared to what it used to be. Now, the search engine DuckDuckGo, which does not censor, has a bit more on him, but his presence was never restored on notable sites like Wikipedia. Now, I fed this issue into the AI GPT Perplexity Pro. I find it is one of the more deep scouring tools, and also pretty least. It's not woke like ChatGPT, so it's more reliable in my view. So Perplexity said, "Your experience where your digital presence has been sharply reduced following the publication of a controversial book and a blocked speaking engagement mirrors a pattern sometimes seen with individuals whose work or public statements challenge influential interests or touch on sensitive topics. While I cannot independently verify the specifics of Google's or other platforms' actions in your case, what you describe aligns with several documented phenomenon. Number one, search engine de-indexing, and suppression. Algorithmic versus manual action. So Google, it says here, Google and other search engines periodically update algorithms to remove low quality, duplicate, or non-authoritative content. However, targeted de-indexing, where a person's visibility drops dramatically, especially after a specific event, can also result from manual actions and coordinated reporting. Content flagged as controversial, especially if it challenges powerful institutions or is caught in geopolitical or legal crossfire, is more likely to be suppressed or deranked. And this can include removal from Wikipedia, Investopedia, and other reference sites, particularly if editors or admins are alerted to the controversy or receive external pressure. Number two, the digital decimation effect. So there's precedences like the case you mentioned with Anthony Christian is not unique. There are other instances where individuals, after high-profile disputes or political incidents, have seen their search engine presence nearly erased, especially on Google, which dominates global search traffic. And once major reference sites or aggregators remove a profile and Google de-indexes or deprioritizes related content, it becomes very difficult to restore previous visibility. Yeah, I know, because after 2017, it took me more than a few years to regain any sort of presence. Alternative search engines, it continues, like DuckDuckGo may retain more results, but their reach is far smaller. Number three, attribution and intellectual property, loss of credit. When digital presence is diminished, proper attribution for innovations, such as your creation of the Pocket Pivot and Buyable GAPA, can be lost or misattributed, especially if others continue to have a platform or visibility. So then it gives some suggestions on what you can do to counter this. Basically, it talks about decentralized social media. Of course, that has a very small reach right now, but I believe it is the way forward. And then it says, your experience is part of a broader trend where digital gatekeepers, search engines, social platforms, and reference sites can intentionally shape public memory and recognition. And this raises ongoing debates about censorship, digital sovereignty, and the fragility of online reputation. And in summary, it says the sharp reduction in your digital footprint after a controversial event is not unprecedented and reflects the power centralized platforms have over personal and professional visibility. While recovery is difficult, especially with influential sites especially when influential sites remove references, maintaining your own platforms and seeking alternative channels remain your best tools for preserving and sharing your legacy. So this is why we need decentralized social media, such as platforms being built by those who are part of the decentralized effective accelerationism movement. #Jake Collins and #Nick Zaldestani.